You know what's wild? Most people are still overpaying for car insurance just because it's a pain to switch. That's why there's Jerry. Jerry's the only app that compares rates from over 50 insurers in minutes and helps you switch fast with no spam calls or hidden fees. Drivers who save with Jerry could save over $1,300 a year. Before you renew your car insurance policy, do yourself a favor. Download the Jerry app or head to jerry.ai/Libsyn. That's JERRY.ai/LIBSYN.
Welcome to Seeing with Your Soul, a safe and sacred place to be vulnerable, to be transparent, to be authentic. I am your host, Tisha Michelle. From the deep pain and loss of my best friend Gloria, I realized she gave me the greatest gift ever, remembering my purpose in life, which is to help connect you to your authentic self, guide you to remember your purpose, and remind you that your current circumstance doesn't define who you are. Join me as we heal, align, and glow together.
Happy holidays, happy new year. It's 2020, baby. Let's go. Welcome back to Seeing with Your Soul. I'm your host, Tisha Michelle. If this is your first time stumbling upon me, welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. And if you're an active listener, oh, you loyal, and it's so appreciated. So we are in January already. We're in 2020. Like, wow, like where has the time gone? So super crazy. Man, so my spiritual retreat is coming up. When I've been thinking about this spiritual retreat, actually it's been like a calling, and it was popping up for about a little over a year, maybe. You host a retreat. Everything was just lining up, and I just wasn't answering it. And I finally was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. I'm picking a date. Let's just go. I pick a date in May because we're still in, 2019. I'm like, oh, it gives me a long time. And I'm like, holy shit, it's here. But with that being said, guess what? I got one more spot available. I would love to have you. Just hop on over to my website, www.hashtagcertified.com, and just go click on the tab. I believe it says like classes and events, and you'll get all the information on there, and you can go ahead and put your deposit down, pay it in full, whatever works for you. I would just love to have you there. So, okay. This past holiday was a little different for me. So for those of you that's been following me and like listening to the podcast, or maybe follow me on social media, you know that I moved in August to Arizona. So now I'm a couple of days shy from being in Arizona for 5 months. Now my kids, they decided that they were going to spend the holiday on the East Coast, while I went back to Arizona after taking them over to the East Coast. So, I'm going to be here by myself, no children, just me. And, a couple people that didn't know it, they're just like, oh my God, especially my mom. She's like, are you going to be okay being like alone, like on Christmas? And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to be all alone on the day before Christmas and the day after. So Christmas Day is like not a big deal. And I'm like, no, I've had some people like text me. They're like, what are you doing? Are you okay? Just checking on you because I know you're there by yourself. And I'm like laughing. And while I appreciate like all the concern and stuff, I'm like, I'm good. I'm great. I'm just here. I can do whatever it is that I want. So anyhow, this episode is really all about why our soul needs that alone time, like to just be by ourselves, right? So this time that I had here, I did nothing, but yet I did everything. So let me explain what I did. I rested. I watched shows on Netflix. I'm actually rewatching a series that I already watched like before, but I'm just redoing it again or watching it again. I danced, I meditated, I recorded podcasts, I did some writing for my book. And I know you're like, Tisha, I thought you said you did nothing, and that seems like you did a lot. So let me explain a little bit more. So because I had no duties, I had no real responsibilities, I didn't have any like kids here or things that I had to do, that I was just literally like, I can do whatever it is that I want to do. And yes, I'm grown. I can always do whatever it is that I want to do. But when you have like your children and you're going to go do something with them, or you want to talk, you want to spend time with them. So you just get like all this busy. Then you're cleaning up behind everybody and all of that good stuff. While I love my kids dearly, like that's my kids, that's my babies, I needed this alone time. And I really didn't realize that my soul needed it until it was presented. So like I danced. And when I say that I danced, it came from when you're alone and you don't have anything to do and you're just chilling, you create so much space in your energetic field. There's so much space in your mind because you're not occupied by a whole bunch of different things. So I'm just laying in the bed and writing. And then it's just all this space is there, it just pops in my head. Get up and dance. Okay. So I'm very obedient, right? I listen to that inner voice and I just get up and I just start dancing. I have no music on or anything. I'm just dancing. And next thing you know, my eyes are closed and I'm doing all this stuff. My kids were here. I probably wouldn't be doing it, but if so, and they were looking at me, they'd be like, is she possessed? Is she crazy? But I just started just being so in tune and in alignment with like my body and my soul. It was just connected and I was just moving and I was so free and I didn't just care about anything. And then like when I stopped, I felt so good, like freaking amazing. And it's just wonders what you can do by just moving your body. To see what happens is in our body, energy gets built up, right? We just have energy, a lot of stale and stagnant energy throughout our body. So, okay, so have you ever had a time where maybe like something fell and you bent over to like go pick it up? And when you went to pick it up, you grabbed a part of your body and like, holy shit, like I'm sore. And then you start thinking like, did I do exercise? Was I lifting? Like, why am I so sore? And you're like, what the hell? Well, yeah, that's because we have built up energy in our body. So like one of the things that we really could benefit from is stretching like every day, a couple times throughout the day, but especially in the morning to just move that energy like through like your body. But we can also do that by dancing, right? So clearly I had a lot of built up energy in my body and I was listening to my soul. My soul was talking to me and it was like, get up and dance, get up and dance. And that's what I did. And I just started moving and just free, flowing. And I was moving all of that energy throughout my body. Because see, what happens is like, we need that space to be created so we can listen to our soul and know what it is that our soul like wants to do. And we're drowning out all the noise and stuff. And my soul was like, get your ass up and dance and move this damn energy throughout your body because you got work to do. There's things you need to do. So that was like the whole dancing part. Then I rested. I laid around. I laid around and guess what? I laid around and I didn't feel guilty about it. I didn't feel like I should get up and clean. I should get up and do this. Well, maybe I should get on the computer or maybe I should. No. I just rested. I just laid there and just laid there. And it was great. I didn't feel lazy. I didn't feel guilty. I actually felt amazing. Then I put on a show. I started watching a show. And the series that I'm rewatching is called The Good Witch. And I love it. It's on Netflix. If you haven't watched it, just like check it out. It's so cool. And it's from, I forget her name, but she also played on Army Wives. And I loved her over there. So anyhow, I'm watching it now for the second time. And there's so many hidden gems. And it's like certain things that they're saying is resonating with me so much, even more than like the first time. And I'm like, oh, I don't remember them saying that. But it hit me. And then it sparked certain things like that's going on in like my life and just like guidance and stuff. And I was like, ooh, Spirit, you talking to me through this show. Okay. But again, why am I rewatching it? There's so many other things that I haven't watched, but something just said rewatch it. Okay. But again, I created that space. And this is that space happens when you spend some time alone, right? I meditated. I meditated the shit out of meditating. I spent time, I just sat on the bed and meditated. I didn't have like anything particular that I was meditating on. I just was still. I just popped up sitting in bed and was like, meditate, sat up. I don't even know how long, like in like the different parts, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes, I don't even know. And I just sat there and I was just quiet. And when you're meditating, you're not going to just completely like quiet your mind, right? You're going to have thoughts and things that's going to pop up in your head. And when they do, just acknowledge it. Just don't entertain that shit. Don't have a whole dialogue with it. So if it pops up and you're like, I know one thing that popped up in my head while I was meditating was like, you don't have no food in the house. What are you going to eat? And I was like, you're right. I'll take care of it. And that's it. I didn't go through the whole dialogue like, oh my gosh, should I go to the grocery store? Should I eat out? Should I do this? None of that stuff. I was like, you're right. There's no food in here. I'll take care of it. So I meditated and I recorded some podcasts. I did some writing for my book. And okay, let me go back to the podcast. So like I recorded some podcasts, well, like one episode, and I like put like a lot into it and it was great, but there was something wasn't right. And I was like, you know what? I don't want to put this out. And because I have been spending time alone, I'm so much more in tune with my higher self that I knew that the reason I wasn't putting that episode out wasn't because my ego was like, who are you to talk about that? Like nobody's really cares, or like you were actually really talking too much. It wasn't coming from an ego place. It was coming from a place of like, nah, you don't need to put that out. Do it over. Really, really come from a different place. Now, see, if I wasn't spending this time alone because I'm like on this deadline, I'm on my own deadline to make sure that I have things put out and upload and all that stuff, I would have just moved through and just put it through. And not to say that it's because I don't care about what content I'm giving you guys. Like it wasn't bad. It's just that I know that now with spending all this time, the reason why I put it out, because that episode is meant for me to go deeper. But in order for me to go deeper with you guys, I have to go deeper within myself. So I'm going to hold off on that episode, and I'm going to do a little more work and channeling and going like within and redo that episode. But again, that came from me keep creating all this space by being alone, having this time alone, because our soul needs it. Our soul wants you to take a time out from the hustle and the bustle and the family and the kids and the social media and all the responsibilities and all that stuff. It's like, time out, time freaking out. Take a time out and spend some time with just you, with your thoughts, with your feelings, with your emotions, and do whatever the hell it is that you want to do, right? Now, when you're spending this time alone, you get this guidance that's in you, your inner voice. So anyway, okay. So then I did some writing for my book. So probably about, I don't even know. Don't even listen to me when I start telling you guys time frames, because like time is such illusion. Maybe 2 months ago, this idea, I've always known that I wrote 2 books before. I have an ebook, and then I wrote another book that I wrote before my spiritual awakening. I believe it's 2014. You can Google it. It's called The Messy Parents Guide by Tisha Green. And then I have my ebook, 9 Ways to Connect to Your Authentic. So I already know that writing books and stuff is all in my energetic field, and it's a part of my purpose, and it's a part of my message and me putting this out here to the collective. But you go through that thing. It's like, I know I'm supposed to write a book because this is popping up. But what am I going to write it about? Like, who's going to buy it? Am I going to self-publish it? All that stuff that your ego is putting into there. But probably about maybe a month to 2 months ago, it literally popped into my head, like what this book is that I'm writing. And I've already done like some of the work, and I didn't consciously realize that I had already started doing some of the work. So I have this book. I have the name and everything was just like given to me, right? And this is through spirit, just divine, just boom, dropped it into there. Cool. So I'm like, I really need to finish writing this book and get this out here and stop procrastinating. So I meditated again, and then I just start writing. And because I've meditated, I'm alone. And then I did some meditation. And this meditation, at this point, I was probably like 2 or 3 minutes. And all of a sudden, I rearrange a part of the name, the title, right? A part of it. And when I rearrange it, I hear, put the initials. And when I put the initials, I said, holy shit. Now, I can't share that with you yet because I got to get it all, whether I'm getting this trademark or whatever. I don't even know. I'm not even going to start dropping some fancy little title. Trademark. I'm going to get it patented. I'm going to do like, whatever. I'll go through my lawyer to see what it is that I need to do. So I will be putting that information out as soon as possible. But when I put the initials and what it was, this light bulb went off in my head. And I started going back to like where, like for this initials, where was I seeing this? I mean, one was like, it's something that my mom has on this painting that she painted like on her wall. And I'm like, why do I keep looking at this? And it just kept popping up. And this is all over the past like 5-6 months. And I was like, holy shit, the sign was already there. But I didn't see it. I didn't see it because I hadn't created enough space. I hadn't spent enough time like alone and really just being and getting in tune with like my higher self, right? So this inspiration is just downloaded now about this book, and it's amazing. And I'm like writing this stuff, and I'm super, super like excited. And again, I'm spending time alone, and I'm creating space. So my soul is talking to me. I'm having conversations with my higher self. Like, let's go. All these things are just being dropped in. So it's so important for you to spend time alone. So a lot of other people were just like, oh, I feel bad that you have to be there by yourself. What's wrong with being by yourself? Like, what's wrong with being by yourself? Think about it, really. Nothing is wrong with being by yourself. Nothing at all. Use that time to go within, to reflect. Yes, it is scary. It is scary reflecting and being alone with your thoughts and the things that's popping into your head. But you know what? Take the power away from it. Take the power away from this unknown or these thoughts that's in your head. Take it away. Okay. Is it a story you making up? Answer it. Okay. Shut that shit down. Embrace it. Embrace like being alone. Because really and truly, you're never really alone. And see, like, I was physically in here by myself, but my guides were in here. Ancestors were here. I was just channeling the shit out of things like, oh, whoa, brand new person. Who's this? Let's go. So it was super like amazing spending like this time like alone by myself. And I never felt alone. It's not that I got so much like accomplished, but what it was I felt good. And when you feel good, you can do anything. You just come from such a great place because you feel good. A lot of times when we're not in alignment with like who we really are, we're feeling stuck, we're feeling stagnant, we're feeling tired, we're feeling anxious. We're like all those different things. It's just like, what the hell? Because we have so much on us. So much on us, whether this is through just the world, the responsibilities and the things that we have and all the noise and all that shit. And we're just like the hustle and bustle and going and going and going. Like, no wonder everything is so chaotic. It's chaotic because we aren't taking a time out. And we have to just be like, hold up, pause, time out. If you can see me, I'm doing like the signs with your hand, like time out. We got to take this time out. We got to take this time out. So like for me, we're in a new year, a new decade and all that. I stopped doing New Year's resolutions probably about a good 15 years ago. I was like, that's stupid. Again, this is just for me. I was like, I'm setting up these New Year's resolutions. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't wait. January 1st, new year, new me. I'm going to stop doing this. I'm going to start doing that. And yeah, by January 3rd, that shit was out the window, done, failed. And then I started feeling horrible about myself. So I took it away and I was like, yo, I don't do no New Year's resolutions. Like my year starts whenever it is that I want my year to start. Now, since I've been on this spiritual journey, this self-discovery journey, it's very, very intentional now. So my new year, that's for me, actually started in September. And what I mean about that is part into my manifesting journal. I've been writing these things and I'm 12 months from now, I want to or whatever the case is. So my quote unquote new year started in September is where I started to put that. But I broke things down 90 days from now, and then 12 months from here and 6 months from there and all that. So I just got really, really intentional. So having this time alone going into this new year has been amazing. And it's actually been really perfect for me, and especially because, like I said, my new year started in September. So looking back into what I wrote, I was like, okay, I see you, girl. You making moves. You in December now. Okay. And I was able to reflect and use this time. So I'm saying all this and sharing this with you guys to say, will you schedule some alone time to listen to your soul? Because everything that you need, everything that I need, it's inside of you. It's inside of me. You just need to make the time to listen to your soul. That's it. You need to make the time. And I don't want to hear you're too busy. No. Because a lot of times we say things like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. And I'm saying it like that because that's what I'll go through those phases. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to do. But I call bullshit. You do know what to do. I do know what to do because everything's within us. It's just an excuse and it's avoidance. And a lot of times we avoid being alone because we don't want to be alone with our thoughts. We don't want to be alone with reality. But I'm here to say, make some time to be alone and just be. No agenda. No, so the kids is going to be gone. They're going to go to the daycare. They're going to go with their grandmother. They're going to go with their dad, whatever the case is. And then you have these lists of things you want to get done. That's cool. You can do that at some point as well. But make the time to be alone, to do nothing, and watch how much stuff you actually do. But these are the things that are intentional. These are the things where you're getting inspired action. So you're getting this inspiration from your higher self that's saying, get up and go and record a podcast. Now, this is not structured. I didn't write out this list of like podcast episodes, but listening to myself was like, go record a podcast on blah, 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 blah. Okay. All right. I hear you, higher self. You know what's to come. You know what people want to hear. You know who's going to resonate with it. So I didn't have to write out at that time a list of things that I wanted to talk about. But I had this guided like inspiration, in order for me to take action. But the action was inspired. Universe is like, oh, get up and go record a podcast. And guess what? Because I was in the house and I was chilling and it was just me, there was no excuse. I didn't have to wait. I didn't have to tell everybody, hey, be quiet. I'm going to be recording a podcast, or I'm going to the car. I'm like, no, I'm in the living room. It's on my computer. I don't have to worry about anybody playing a video game, any of like those things. And again, I love my kids dearly, but my soul needed this time alone. And I'm so happy that it happened, because guess what? When my kids come back, I really get to show up and be the best version of myself for them, because I did take this time to be alone. I did listen to my higher self. I did dance. I did meditate. I did all those things for me. #self-care. So again, are you going to make this time? Make the time to just listen to your soul just by being alone. Now, it's been for me like almost 2 weeks that I'm like here, like by myself, like without the kids. And I know some of you like may not ever be like the case like for you, but you know what? Take what it is that you can. Maybe it's just an hour. If you can get an hour and ask someone, if you have children, ask them, whoever that's like to watch the kids and just dip out for like an hour, or have them pick up, like whatever, just get creative. I promise you, if you can just take at least an hour to just be alone, to do nothing, and just listen to like that inner guidance. Because again, and I'm going to say this all the time, probably on like every episode, everything that you need is within you. Everything is within you. And even when you're feeling like you're so stuck and all this stuff, it's because you just need to drown out the noise, and you need to create some space to listen. And then when you hear this voice, and you hear that it says to get up and dance, don't question it. Just get up and dance. When it's your higher self, your intuition, your soul that's talking to you, it's not going to be anything that's going to cause harm to you. It's not going to be anything that's dangerous. It's not going to be anything that's scary. It's going to be from pure love. I'm happy. Say, get up and dance. Yes, obedient. I'm going to get up and dance, because you know what? My intuition, my higher self knows that there's a lot of built up, stuck energy in my body that may cause something. It could cause an illness for me, or it may just keep me blocked. It may be some creative energy that's stuck somewhere, stuck in my shoulder, stuck in my lower back, and I need to move it through. So again, I can be the best version of myself for my children, for myself, and for my clients. But I had to get up and I had to dance. And as silly as it may sound or whatever, like I had to feel free. Me personally, that's something like if people were here, I wouldn't do it. I feel super weird. I feel like awkward, even if it's my kids, like, oh my God, they're going to think I'm so silly and all that stuff. But that's my own inner shit that I need to work on. But you know what? By just doing that here by myself and feeling so free, I'm rethinking this thing. I'm like, you know what? I don't care what anybody thinks. I want to have that feeling. I want to have that feeling of how it felt to just, I had no music. was just literally dancing to my own beat. And it felt amazing. It felt amazing. My whole body felt great. I could feel this, how I was vibrating, like how you have like that tingling. Like, I'm like, yo, I'm just vibrating like crazy. And I was so in tune. And because I was doing that, I was able to get closer to source. So I was able to receive these downloads and like, boom, I know what I'm here to do. I know what my next move is. So it wasn't coming from a place of, I don't know what to do. I did know what to do. I need to get up and dance. I need to spend this time alone. So I'm going to ask you guys again, are you going to make time to be alone and listen to your soul? And I really, 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 truly hope that you guys do. I promise you're going to get so much clarity. You're just going to feel good. You're just going to get freaking inspiration, like downloads. And I don't care where you're at on your journey, on the self-discovery journey. If you just take a little bit of time to drown out this noise and just spend some time alone, like intentionally to do nothing, and allow like the guidance and the inspiration that's within you, I promise it's going to come up, because it's in all of us. You just got to make time for it. That's it. Time and space. I promise you're going to be like, holy crap, this thing that Tisha's talking about works. Oh my gosh, let me do it some more. And then I want you guys to let me know how it's working out for you. So as always, thank you so much for spending your precious time listening to me. I hope you all had like an amazing holiday. You bang out 2020 going into freaking 2021. That's going to be even more amazing, and just keep building and building and building like within yourself, and like setting like all these heavy intentions and all of that good stuff. So if this episode resonated with you, or any of my episodes resonated with you, please leave me a review in iTunes. And for doing so, guess what? I'm going to give you a copy of my gratitude journal or my hypnosis audio, your choice. All you have to do is just send me a screenshot. So take a screenshot of the review that you left on iTunes, and then send it to Tisha at #certified.com. And that's HASHTAGCERTIFIED.com. So Tisha at #certified.com. And in the subject line, just say, please send me the gratitude journal, or please send me the hypnosis audio. It's your choice, your pick. But I would really greatly appreciate you leaving that review. And for doing so, I got you. I'm going to give you my gratitude journal or this hypnosis audio. So until next time, love and light and all of that amazing stuff to each and every one of you guys. Bye. Thanks for tuning in to #certified. If anything resonated with you, I would love to continue the conversation. You can follow me on Instagram at @itistisha. And if you want to be a part of the #certified tribe, you can join my Facebook group by going to the search tab and putting in #certified. My website is conversationswithtisha.com. As always, have a great one on purpose. Love you.